Welcome to The Explainer. Today, our mission is simple, but it's absolutely crucial. We're exposing a hidden financial trap that is quietly preventing millions of people from building real wealth. We're going to look at exactly where your hard-earned money might be vanishing, and more importantly, how to stop the bleeding. So let's just dive right into it with a question. What do you think is the #1 wealth killer out there? If you look at an average person's monthly expenses, you might immediately think of housing, right? Sure, rent or mortgage is the biggest slice of the pie, but hey, it provides a necessary roof over your head. You might guess taxes. Nobody loves those, but they're largely out of our control. What about flexible household utilities? Well, you can shop around and lower those. So if we eliminate the obvious necessities, what's left? The real hidden wealth killer is actually transportation, specifically your car. Think about it. We pour money into car payments, insurance, fuel, repairs, parking, all for an asset that drops in value every single day. Literally. With the average new car costing nearly $48,000, it is not an investment. In most cases, it's essentially a financial black hole on wheels. Section 1. The carport trap, a $1 trillion crisis. Now, the sheer scale of this problem is honestly staggering. We aren't just talking about a few bad individual choices here, we're talking about a massive national debt crisis. Back in 2005, total auto loan debt sat at $720 billion. By 2010, it crept up to $850 billion. But fast forward to 2020, it rocketed up to $1.38 trillion and projected for 2025 an all-time high of $1.62 trillion. This explosion in borrowed money is getting completely out of control. Because of all this massive debt, more people than ever find themselves in a very specific, painful situation. We call it being car poor. This is when you make just enough money to comfortably cover your car payments, but absolutely not enough to build any real wealth at the same time. You're completely stuck. It's kind of like being trapped on a financial treadmill that never, ever slows down. And why do we jump on this treadmill? Well, clever marketing. Car companies spend billions to convince you that a new vehicle is going to transform your confidence, your image, and your status. Which brings us to the psychological trap. You know, nobody claps when you drive an old Honda that's paid off and running smoothly. But if you roll up in a brand new BMW on finance, people just assume you're doing really well. Social pressure is the ultimate fuel for this wealth killer. So many people sacrifice their actual wealth just to buy credibility and look successful to others. They stretch their money so thin that ultimately the car ends up owning them. And the trap gets even deeper. Have you ever heard of negative equity or being upside down on a loan? This is when you owe more money to the bank than your car is actually worth in the real world. You might be thinking, why would anyone do that? Well, in the fourth quarter of 2023, nearly 1 in 4 people were in this exact position. Just imagine owing $40,000 on a vehicle that you can only sell for $30,000. You are instantly $10,000 in the hole. No way around it. Section 2. Uncovering the true cost. The Honda Civic breakdown. Let's use a very relatable example here, the Honda Civic. It's actually the most commonly purchased car by 18 to 24-year-olds in America. On the surface, it looks like a highly sensible, responsible choice with a sticker price of $27,867. Seems completely reasonable, right? But I'm telling you, that sticker price is an illusion. Let's really dig into the true cost of owning this specific car over 5 years. First up, the silent killer, depreciation. Boom, $10,999 is just gone. A new car drops 10 to 15% in value the second you drive it off the lot. Next, insurance. That's nearly $12,000 over 5 years, and honestly, that's a conservative estimate for an older driver with a clean record. Then, fuel. $6,415 just to keep it moving. Financing at a standard 6 to 6.5% interest rate, that'll run you $4,719 just for the privilege of borrowing. Maintenance for things like tires and oil changes adds $3,224. The government takes their cut with taxes and fees at $2,800. And finally, unexpected repairs, because things will eventually break, adds $1,790. Add all of that up, and your sensible, affordable $27,000 Honda Civic actually costs you a massive $46,821 over 5 years. Take a second to let that sink in. That is the true cost of getting from point A to point B. Section 3. The ultimate opportunity cost. Choosing your financial future. Believe it or not, the physical money you spend isn't even the worst part. The worst part is what that money could have been doing for you instead. This is where it gets really painful. Let's compare two different paths over a 5-year period. Path A is buying the new Honda Civic. After 5 years, if you sell it, you're left with a resale value of around $19,295. Now, look at Path B. If you chose not to buy the new car and instead took that $780 true monthly cost and invested it into an S&P 500 index fund at a historical average return of 10%, your money would compound and grow to approximately $60,160. So, what's the exact difference between choosing the depreciating metal box and choosing the compounding investment? $40,721. That exact dollar figure represents the total wealth you sacrificed simply by choosing the new car. That's the invisible opportunity cost. And the real tragedy here is that most people repeat this cycle every few years for their entire working lives, constantly resetting their wealth to zero. The whole key concept here is getting your money working for you instead of against you. Beyond the S&P 500, you could use that $46,821 to start a side hustle, put a down payment on a rental property, or even launch a business. Or consider individual stocks. To put things into perspective, if you had invested that exact amount in Microsoft stock 5 years ago, instead of buying the car, you would have seen a 224% return. You'd have turned your money into over $150,000 today. The point isn't that you shouldn't own a car. The point is that every dollar tied up in a depreciating asset is a dollar not compounding in your favor. Section 4. 3 rules for smart buying, driving without draining wealth. Now I hear you. In the real world, a study shows 67% of people say owning a car actually opens up income opportunities they wouldn't otherwise have. Cars are often necessary, for sure. So how do we balance this? Well, if you need a car, follow these 3 highly actionable steps to finally dodge the wealth killer trap and take back control of your money. Step 1, buy in the sweet spot. This means buying a car that's 3 to 4 years old with 30,000 to 40,000 miles. You completely dodge the brutal first-year depreciation hit, instantly saving around $11,000, while still getting modern safety features and reliability. Step 2, follow the 15% rule. Your total transportation costs, payment, insurance, fuel, repairs, must stay under 15% of your monthly income. Push past this and you become car poor. Step 3, keep it for more than 10 years. Don't trade it in every 3 years. Buy it once and maintain it like your financial future depends on it. And here's the incredible mathematical reward for following those 3 simple rules. By buying smart and holding long-term, let's say you save just $300 per month compared to buying new. If you invest that $300 at a 10% annual return, it becomes more than $118,000 over 15 years. Making a smarter car choice could literally fund the down payment on your dream house. So we arrive at the ultimate crossroads. The car industry has spent billions trying to answer this question for you, but the math tells a totally different story. The next time you're thinking about upgrading your ride, stop and ask yourself this one vital question. Will you choose to look rich today or actually be rich tomorrow? Thanks for joining me on this explainer. I really hope this changes how you view your next big purchase. Keep learning, keep growing, and I'll see you next time.